Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this Friday morning. Wrapping up a great week we've had here. Appreciate your viewership. Let's take a look at our weather, brought to us today by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High today, 82, low 62. Is that not Chamber of Commerce weather right there? It's going to be really nice. Water temperature at the end of the pier is at 76 degrees. Let's take a look at our Panama City Coca-Cola, our river readings. Looking at almost the same thing all week. It's low. I mentioned this yesterday. The Apalachicola Bluntstown is a 2.2, and the Choctaw at Caryville is dropped down actually a half a foot to 1 point even. So it's Choctaw is 1 foot even. So it's going to be low river this weekend. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We talked about it. Neap tides, just not having much tide at all. Technically, low is about 451, high about 923. Let's do our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at our one time today, 10:29 and 12:29. That's sort of corresponding with our moon situation. It's almost full tonight. It'll be full tomorrow night. So when we have that, if you notice, about 12-hour swing there, that one feeding time is right there in the middle of the day because they're going to feed there and then rest and feed again tonight. And that's been a pattern forever, but we've really noticed it since I started doing the show 15, 16 years ago, talking about that full moon and how game, eats. And I've known they always eat at night, but I didn't know the daytime feeding period, and that's a lot of times you see big game then. I do want to mention, on yesterday's show, it's such a pleasure to have J.B. Hillard come down and talk about the Bent Rod Fishing Club and all the fishing they're doing. And again, I want to encourage all of our local areas, our senior centers, really our leisure services, and all our towns now have leisure service, and it's part of our, it's funded by the government and all, and it's really a situation where they provide a place where the groups of people can get together and fellowship and all. But I want to encourage you to get with the leaders there and see if they'll help you start some kind of fishing club. And you don't have to go fishing every day and things like that. Just say once a month, just meet. And what they do is they could have a big fish fry once or twice a year, but then they'll have their meetings like at 10:30, 11, have a meeting a little bit, then they'll pick out somewhere to go out and eat. So it's a great situation, and I appreciate them doing that up there in Walton County, and it's a good thing. So I want to encourage y'all to do that too, okay? All right, take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, well, welcome back. Let's get caught up on our pictures. The last couple of days we've had guests, and I want to show some pictures. Now, first one, this is special to me, but first let's read it. Okay, Carol Miller, one of our loyal viewers up here in Lynn Haven, thought you would enjoy this. Joel, this is her son, wearing his Panhandle Outdoor shirt in a pumpkin patch in Indiana next to my parents' farm. We picked pumpkins that didn't make the cut for the sale for my sister's sheep, who were happy to eat pumpkins instead of hay. Now, is that not a great picture? This is her sister's sheep eating those leftover pumpkins. And you notice how I was telling Jeff, they don't eat the rind now. They just bust them open and eat the insides of them. And they do the same thing with watermelon. Animals do the same thing with watermelon. They don't eat the rind. Isn't that interesting? And so here's Joel there with a Panhandle Outdoor shirt up there in Indiana at his grandparents' farm, looking good. And there's a load of them there. I told Carol, just don't get them better than this. And y'all have a great time. So a truckload of pumpkins there. Look at that pumpkin patch, folks. It goes on forever. All right, moving on. I know you may have seen this on the news the other day. I had to look it up. When I saw the news, I looked it up. A 31-year-old dog in Portugal been ranked as the world's oldest dog ever had died, his owner said Monday. And it was documented he was that old. That's crazy, but they were talking about, guess what his diet was? Table scraps. They said they fed him whatever they ate. And I know dog food companies don't want to say that. You're going to miss this with all the development and the solar farms coming in. We're losing that. So that's funny somebody wrote that. We're going to miss that. Just getting ready for that squirrel tournament. This is some squirrel prepared. That looks good, don't it? What do you think, Jeff? Jeff shaking his head. We're going to talk about different ways to eat it. Okay. Emery Godwin. Oh, Billy Grantham sent this. My brother-in-law, he got the grandkids planting food plots. This is a fun thing to do this time of year. And here they are, here scattering the seed. They just make a couple runs and get the ground broke up really good, and you sort of scatter that seed out. And it's amazing how it grows and how fast it grows. So this is a great thing for the kids to do. Thank you for sharing that with us. Also, sent me a picture of the Chipotle River. Does that not look beautiful? Check out how clear. And it's low too, but look how clear and beautiful that is. That is one beautiful river here in the Florida Panhandle, along with Holmes Creek, and I hate to start listing them because we have so many of them up here. Tommy Ford sent me this. Tommy and his wife, they had to cut their trip to Alaska short because of COVID, so they're trying to finish up on a vacation, so they went up to North Carolina to a cabin, and he had a visitor. Check this out, folks. Is that not a beautiful elk? Look at that. And what's interesting, look at the horns. So that obviously a bull had been in a fight up there and broke the horn off. I hate to see the other one, how big it was, but look at there. So I guess he just hung around that area. I told Tommy he's probably going to take another trip up there to look at there. And you can go on they have one hunt a year now. They sort of have to, it's very, it's hard to get in, but it's drawn by a lottery. So thank you for those pictures. Okay, so anyway, also, we'll be leaving this time tomorrow. I'll be headed to the Charles Willis and Freddie York, and I headed up there to Whigham, Georgia, to the snake aversion school for dogs. So we are, in fact, I talked about it right here. Here it is right here. One more time. If you want to run up there now, it's going to be at 7 o'clock, but that's their time. That's Eastern time, 6 o'clock our time. So we're going to be on the road early. And it's put on by the Southeastern Reptile Institute, and I'm going to take my camera because this is interesting. I've never been to something like this, and we're going to do some filming and maybe do some interviewing and all. It's $75 per dog for a session, and that's going to be well worth it. I'm looking forward to it, and like I say, I'll get some video and all and set it up for the show. We'll have a video one day next week, but it's going to be interesting to see. So if you're interested, I'm sure it's. Touch base with me, I'll give you more information on it. It's in Whigham, Georgia. Okay, that's southwest Georgia. Let's take a break, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Got a short little video here. My nephew, David Plunkett, up there in Dothan, he started a Facebook page several years back, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He loves birds, and his mom and dad always loved birds, so it's called Don't Fly Mr. Bluebird. That's the Facebook page here, but they'll post some really good, I've shared some of the pictures, Bluebird pictures before. Here's his Facebook page right here, Don't Fly Mr. Bluebird, and there's obviously some of the bird boxes they built. That's real simple to do, and we have something like that. So here's what he posted. I just want to show this to you, is Don't Fly Mr. Hawk. This is this hawk that's on this sprinkler, and it's going around and around, and the hawks, this is unusual now. If you know birds, you just don't see this a lot. So this hawk sort of stays on here, and I mean, he's getting a good ride. Is that not cool? So, you know, all this dry weather we're having, and he seems drinking some of it, like a little drinking fountain. I'm the almighty Lord of water. So hawks are fascinating birds. I just wanted to share that with you, and because it's really good stuff when you get stuff like that. Don't Fly Mr. Bluebird, David Plunkett. Thank you, David, for posting that. Now, I haven't shown any of this year. Every year, another Facebook page, I get a kick out of it. Do-it-yourself tree stands, and across the country, people put different pictures of how they concoct their bird. I mean, there are tree houses, and some of them are tree houses, some are ground blinds. It's just all different things. So I went online last night too to sort of get caught up on what's going on with different ideals, and it's some of these are very ingenious, and some are just funny. But this is a very simple one right here. I like this one because this is some of the latest ones. You know, so many of us have leftover of metal, for a metal project like pole barns and different things, and I've thought about doing something like this because that's going to last forever as far as that metal and all, so that's a good idea right there, okay? All right, the second one I want to show you, this one's sort of special because the guy, he built it, can you read up here? Built on a trailer my 89-year-old dad built in his 20s. There's a 54 Mack truck axle in the back and a 52 Chevy truck for the steer axle. So check out the axles. That's special there. That's why you never throw stuff away. So you got the trailer, and we've talked about doing them on a trailer before. Just move them around in different places. So that's ingenious, and neat to have a lot of stuff that your dad had. Okay, that's the same picture there. This was sort of a one just thrown. It looks like something some of my buddies would do in one day's time, but. What they did on this, I like how they sort of put some stripes on it, have a little bit of camouflage, even though it's nothing really complicated. I thought that has a cannon out there first, but that's a window. You got that's something about these. You got to have something to hold the windows back and on chains and all. That's important. This is an old pop-up camper. Again, this is ingenious because you have the frame already. And you pop it up and you just put some siding on it, some windows. It's not hard to do. This is not a bad way to do it. I don't know, it looks like he found it in the woods and this, but really what he did, he's propped up some bushes on it, and it'll camouflage, break up the outline of it. And this is the inside of it. This is how comfortable these can be. You get chairs in there, you got the table, and it's really comfortable. And then you have some heater, you have gas heater, little propane gas heater, really nice in January. And this is, I think they've just went to an old sawmill or saw some old trees and cut them up. This is very natural, looking at a natural setting right here. That's sort of a rudimentary. And this was interesting because what this guy had his stand up, like right here. I've had my stand here for 16 years. I had to remove the cables going over the fence because the neighbors, and here's what's happened. This is okay, the neighbors all of a sudden put up posted signs, but it's been there 16 years, and what do you do in a situation like that? First of all, you try not to set up on a fence line if you can help it, but if you've done it for 16 years and nobody said anything, then you think it'd be grandfathered in. That's just a tough situation. Of course, you don't want to shoot over there in their property, but really it looks like it's facing this way and just set up on the back of it. So anyway, I know the feeling, been there and done that. But here's our last one, my favorite one. Okay, big old cable, and now you see they cut like a hexagon out of it, okay? Check out what they're doing. They got the tractor coming, and they have one set down already, got the second one coming. This looks like up in Tennessee somewhere. So he's setting the cables on top of each other. Okay, got a little forklift there, and check it out. Is that not cool and ingenious? So you can go in the bottom of there, crawl in there, and then standing up, so you got all those windows to hunt out of. Is that not cool? It doesn't cost anything, because they got the cables at some factory that finished with them. So I just thought that was cool stuff right there. Okay, real quick, I do have two pictures from the Choctawhatchee. We're going to talk about the Choctawhatchee River and the bay during the fishing report. I just got these right here. I'm going to talk about a redfish biting good. This is a 36-inch bull red. But what was cool, he caught it on a gotcha plug. Okay, so obviously they're fishing for Spanish and caught that big old red on a gotcha plug. So I thought that was interesting. Isn't that a pretty color over there for Choctawhatchee Bay? And then this is a prize catch. They have to be reproducing. This is snook in the Choctawhatchee Bay. Now, I haven't seen any of those pictures. We've seen them down here in the St. Andrew Bay system. So obviously, at that young, they've got to be spawning over there. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so enough on the pictures. We'll talk about, here it is, fall time, and I always think about planting, plant trees and all kind of stuff, and food plots. We talk about it. The best time ever to plant a tree is like we've had guests on before, the best time to plant it was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant it is right now. So if you can plant some trees, let's go ahead and get it done. There's so many good nature nut-bearing trees and different things for food for our animals in the wild. So if you can plant some trees, now's a good time to do it. Okay, I have some other stuff I'm not going to be able to get around to it, so let's go move on and get our drawing right here. Okay, 3/4 Marina, and don't forget now, they also they run in Hunt's Oyster Bar in St. Andrew, and they have also. Tarpon Dock Seafood. I have sea quarters on my mind because we were going to call them, but I didn't get a chance to. Tarpon Dock Seafood. Okay, Greg Abrams and his boys and nephew been running Hunt's Oyster Bar. They have moved down, also expanded to the St. Joe Bay location there on 30E. So we're going to try to get a chance to go there and see them. And they've been very gracious over the years since we started the show. Every Friday to donate some seafood to our viewers. $20 gift certificate goes to, from Youngstown, Phil Hathaway, one of my former honor students, Big Phil Hathaway. Okay, $20. Phil, hope that's enough to get you some good seafood. That big red snapper is going to, from Panama City, Janice Spence. So Phil Hathaway and Janice Spence are the winners of the Tarpon Dock Seafood giveaway. So we're going to be right back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome to our famous Friday fishing forecast. It's brought to us by Jessica Lean Insurance and Financial Group up in Lynn Haven and Matt Andrews of Hammer Down Roofing. Two fine folks right there doing a great job of local business, and support them if you can. We appreciate the support they give us here on Panhandle Outdoors, and it's going to be interesting. Look at the situation first. We're talking about in saltwater have neap tides, no tide, have full moon tomorrow night because of the how that's going to affect freshwater. So, and then we have this front coming in Tuesday. So nature is really dictating a lot of things to us as we sort of plan for our weekend and outdoors. So just be aware of what's going on, but don't let that be a deterrent, because there's really some good signs going on, especially middle of day fishing. I was putting this together last night, and I wanted to somehow end up on St. Vincent Island. I used to talk a lot about St. Vincent Island because it is an amazing place, and I wanted to let's go to St. Vincent Island, because we used to fish these lakes right here. They used to be open to fishing. I don't think they're open anymore. The saltwater, the hurricane came in and flooded all of them years ago. But we got a hunt coming up. You got, of course, to draw for them. And some boys have asked me. I'm going to meet with some of the boys that drew, and I'm going to show them where some places to hunt. But you have these roads going in on them, but on the fishing aspect, the backside of St. Vincent, I mentioned a lot during the fishing forecast. You have, of course, what we call Indian Pass here. And if the ramp is put in at the ramp, but you can go. Now, a couple of things I want to say about fishing the area. It's got some great fishing in it, but it's full of oyster bars, and you really need to sort of take your time. And as you get in there, you need to learn the area. Don't just get in there and take off, because you're going to bust some things open. So really got to sort of move around there. And it's a challenging area, but again, it's well worthwhile. But it's muddy water. And you really want to get some live bait and all, but it's really a good place to fish. At St. Vincent Island on the backside. We go over to Choctahatchee Bay. We just mentioned Choctahatchee Bay, and yesterday we had J.B. Hillard on talking about the Black Creek Lodge putting in there, the boat ramp. Obviously, the boat ramp is in a lot better shape now. So the Black Creek area, and you saw what they were catching. And he mentioned the brim. Brim fishing on Choctahatchee River has been really good the last 2 to 3 weeks. I've seen the pictures. He mentioned it firsthand. And so you know about the mullet. He talked to us yesterday about how to catch those mullet. You can catch them in other river systems the same way. They just happen to be over there, a group of people that, you see how that group is growing. He grew up there, so just used to be a handful of people doing it, but other people have heard about it. So it's a community whole now, and also just a good place to go. Hogtown Bayou. I want to let's move. I was looking at it last night. Let's zoom in. All these docks over here. Dock fishing. I haven't talked a lot about dock fishing lately. Dock fishing is just excellent. And look here. You put in there up there Pilcher Park over here. See, up top left-hand corner, Pilsner Park, put your boat in there, or even a kayak, and there's landings down here. But you can just run these docks. See all these docks here? I mean, look at, there's so many docks here. Every year it's growing. And dock fishing is excellent there. Also up there around Freeport, is right across the bridge. We talked about Freeport. That's right here, LaGrange Bayou. Right here, LaGrange Bayou. Look at the docks in there. That's great dock fishing. Choctaw Bay is full of fishing. I got to move on rapidly. Going to run out of time. We know what to expect. The intercoastal is going to be good. Again, I sound like a broken record talking about West Bay, but West Bay fishing is really good. Mullet, you want to get up on the Hathaway Bridge, they're going to start heading out. Interesting, I've talked to some of these mullet fishermen. I've asked about the roe, and I asked JB yesterday about the roe also. The roe and the mullet is not really big right now. It's a real small roe. So well, that's telling me and veterans that the big ones haven't really come in yet with the big roe and all. So that's only going to be a matter of time. So it's still a little early, November, but really in October, we're toward the end of October. So anyway, moving on down to, I do want to go over to St. Joe Bay real quick. Mexico Beach, I haven't heard anything Mexico Beach. St. Joe Bay, be some really good fishing this time of year. In fact, I'm gonna catch up on my surf fishing. I was supposed to do it last week. Remember the bad weather came in with double red flags. Well, it's gonna look good, so I'm gonna try to get down there and do some surf fishing for Pompano soon. And Jeff had just told me also, talking about St. Joe State Park, they've just opened the campground for the weekend. The campground is now open at St. Joe State Park, and about 40-something sites, 48 sites. I'm sure you're gonna have to make reservations. It's gonna be, I'm gonna try to go down there and maybe get some video and show you the campground, if they'll let me in now. A lot of stuff restricted now. But anyway, about run out of time. I haven't touched on Apalachicola Bay, but I did hit St. Vincent Island. The upper end of Apalachicola Bay is going to be really strong with the redfish catch. The redfish bite has been strong. It really has, as has the speckled trout bite this past week. It's been good weather, been excellent weather, so things should be looking good. I'm going to wrap it up for the week. I was thinking, I've enjoyed doing the show this week. Yesterday I had a senior citizen on, the day before I had a teenager on, so we run the whole gamut of the outdoor people here in the Florida Panhandle. I'll wrap it up. Thank you all for watching our show. We appreciate your viewership. You have a great weekend. Do something good for someone else today, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.